Hey everyone, welcome back to Go Kick Me, your favorite crowdfunding news and reviews channel here on YouTube. So today we're looking at Levia. This weighted blanket changes the way you sleep. A luxurious weighted blanket designed to improve sleep, increase relaxation, and promote overall well-being. So, what is a weighted blanket? Apparently a weighted blanket is a heavy blanket. Yeah. What does it do? It sort of pushes you down, that helps you sleep better, supposedly. Helps you fall asleep faster, helps you reduce tension.
Falling or staying asleep every night. Levia blanket was designed for your everyday use and your everyday needs. The result is that Levia will help you fall asleep faster and easier. Levia will naturally keep you asleep all night. Those who toss and turn will experience calmer and deeper sleep periods. This ensures you wake up refreshed and ready to conquer the world. The Levia blanket does this by influencing hormones in your body.
Yeah, this is where I don't necessarily believe that. So supposedly this is a real thing. Oh, by the way, what's up with these models? They got little waist bracelet, whatever woman here, and they got creepy arm tattoo guy here. Anyway, I'm being mean. But yeah, what's up with those tattoos? Couldn't they find a guy without some weird arm sleeve?
Take action, reclaim your sleep, try Levia, and see how it changes your life.
They look so comfortable. So, this thing is promising to change your life. It's a blanket that changes your life. Wow. 12 days to go. They're only about 2/3 of the way. They may not make it. So apparently this kind of weighted blanket thing is a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing. But it's like good for calming people who toss and turn, people who have trouble sleeping. It's like being hugged and protected. I could see, like, for kids, for babies, you're supposed to like wrap them tight. They sleep better. This sort of similar thing for adults. It's really hard to see from the video like that this thing is really heavy. I wish they would have almost put it on a scale on camera. I don't know how this is supposed to help you, but apparently it does, supposedly. Look at all these poor Europeans who aren't sleeping well. So some pseudoscience as to why, and more pseudoscience. So they do link to a bunch of surveys, and I did look through a couple of these, and a lot of them have a lot of contradictory information, like things are not conclusive. And so I read one of these, and this one actually it's probably biased, but it's not, it's trying to be fair. So they actually talk about like some of the research and how some of it is inconclusive and things like that. And how they've been trying to do research on them, and how it's like, I think there's one of the, there's some things where I can't remember what it said, but basically, like, in this study they found that it provided no additional, didn't help you actually sleep longer, but then people filling out the survey said, oh, I felt more refreshed, kind of objective stuff like that. Yeah. And reduction in anxiety. They felt more relaxed and with the weighted blanket than without. So it's trying to be fair, but not making shit up out of whole cloth, apparently. While one study failed to show an increase in the number of sleeping minutes, other studies have clearly demonstrated that those with the weighted blanket report having a better night's sleep, and they move less while sleeping. Well, how about a measurement? Reporting that you move less versus actually moving less aren't necessarily the same things. But there's an important section in here about safety, and they actually mentioned that some kid died in Quebec because of the teacher somehow put him in the blanket and left him unattended. And stuff like that. So safety studies on weighted blankets. So first of all, I would say keep this away from your kid, unless you're really watching him closely. because especially if they have certain problems, this could be very dangerous. So one other thing though, they mentioned in some of these places, they mentioned that these weighted blankets are good for people with, or they're used as a treatment for autistic kids or people with like Asperger spectrum to help calm them down, which I could kind of see, like, because they feel kind of wrapped up. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I would trust it personally. And then let's just get to the price. Let's cut to the chase here. 160 euros, $185 for one of the blankets, and I guess that's any size, any weight, because there's different weights. And so this is supposed to be like 10% of your body weight, 7 to 12% of your body weight. But it's a pretty big blanket, so you know, if you're not like completely underneath it, doesn't really matter, right? I would get the biggest one, maybe. I guess the density is the same, no matter how much of it is covering you. So anyway, they got this timeline. It's supposed to be out by Des or Nove. Shipping pledges. Yeah, December here. These guys are in Germany. They look so happy. But one thing they don't say is where it's actually going to be made. I'm sure it will probably be China. Anyway, so I did actually check some other options here, and there's someone in the comments or something said like, hey, what's the difference between this one and the Gravity Blanket? So Gravity Blanket is another brand, and who knows, maybe this was a Kickstarter at some point in time, but it's actually a real product, and it says almost the same thing, and it looks similar, maybe nicer in some ways. They also make some other products, but hey, you can just buy one right now, right? So let's get a space gray 25 pounder for $250. How does that compare to theirs? Well, early bird, not so bad, but where's the prices? Here we go. So super early bird, one blanket. Okay, that's cheaper. Early bird getting the same. Not so early bird, about the same. And this is two of them. So if you're getting the late bird, which I think you might be at this point, it's pretty much almost the same price, only a few dollars more. But you could get it today, right? And so, oh, super early bird, there's still some left. Okay, well that tells you how much the demand has been, right? If you hurry up, you can still get a super early bird. So it's slightly cheaper, but this one is actually out right now. Okay. What else do we have? Well, Amazon has tons. If you just search for a weighted blanket, get a weighted blanket parents trust for your kid. Well, maybe be careful. But these are literally the ones for the autism and all that stuff. So I hope these have the warnings about like being careful with your kids so they don't suffocate or whatever. But here's the Buzio, and the Sleepy, $150 for an 18-pound one. And so yeah, you can check all the sizes and make sure it's sort of per square inch, per square foot or whatever, how heavy it is, and how much does it cost per square foot. But dude, it's $89, right? 20 pounds, $69 for 15 pounds. You know, this one's smaller than that one, but yeah, it's cheaper, right? So anyway, to me, I would say don't lend those guys, don't lend Levia your $185 or 100 whatever dollars, or even your $5. Don't give them an interest-free loan while they maybe work on this over the next 6 months while you're waiting for them to send it to you. And maybe they'll send it to you on time, and maybe they'll send it to you late, maybe they won't send it to you at all. And meanwhile, you could have got your Gravity or your Sleepy or your Kipolis anxiety weighted blanket. You could have got it right now, you know, and it's Amazon, so at least they're legit, and you got some customer reviews, somewhat legit. What do we got in the customer reviews? We got 5 stars from lots of people. I love this blanket. It's life-changing. So even if you don't believe, the research, there are people giving at least anecdotal feedback on these things. I don't know. Apparently it changed this guy's life. I can't see it changing my life that much, but maybe I'm not the target audience. As a person with PTSD and GAD, this blanket is amazing. It's so heavily and comfortable, not weirdly or overly hot. Appears to be very well made, and said, okay, what is GAD? Look it up. GAD. What is GAD? Generalized anxiety disorder. Yes, okay, if you have some anxiety issues, if you're autistic, if this one's not cheap, well then definitely don't buy the other one if this one's not cheap. Helps you sleep around. So, yeah, okay, this one, you at least have some statements about the quality, and yeah, even some first-hand experience about kind of getting used to it, etc. Oh, I should get this from my wife, actually. Anyway, so I'm going to give a slight thumbs up to the concept of weighted blankets, but I'm going to give a slight thumbs down to the Levia, just because, you can't really tell how it is from the video and stuff like that. It looks like a pretty normal plain blanket, even if it is slightly heavier. And if it was even if it was the best blanket in the world, I don't know if I'd pay $185 for it, or whatever it is, 180 something euros, 180 euros, 160 early bird euros, $185. And this one's going to go fast, so even if you get the early bird, if you get the early bird, it's even worse. Anyway, so that's it for today. Stick to regular blanket if you were me. See you guys next time here on Go Kick Me. Give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and check out GoKickMedia.com and Go Kick Me on Facebook and Twitter. Okay.